Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the G. I am walking to the train station because that's what you do when you drop off your car for a service. Lovely to see everybody out there. It's a beautiful evening now in Sydney. Can you believe only 2 weeks ago it was winter? And now we are in a glorious evening, which is about 70 degrees. Even though it is night, it is absolutely beautiful. So let me just explain. Good evening, lovely to see everybody. Jade Diva, welcome everyone. Thank you for your lovely comment on Patreon, Jade Diva. It was quite funny. So let us begin our conversation. What were we talking about? So Cernovich just released an article explaining McMaster's apparent contradictions, I guess, with respect to what Trump supporters believe is meant to occur in the Middle East with respect to Mustafa Ali, who is I believe, advising to the National Security Council, working for Trump. Hello. And we have McMaster, who has apparently pissed off the Israeli delegates for not acknowledging their concerns about Hezbollah, with whom they are preparing a war. So apparently, and of course, you know, right-wing media is, and I'm not saying they're incorrect, but they are alleging that there is some sort of preparation for war that Israel wants to do, the current Israeli government. Now, all of that's fine. That's their opinion. I'm not here to criticize them. I'm here to perhaps provide some clarification. Number one, Mustafa Ali, yes, it is true that there are sources that say that he did not want Ayaan Hirsi Ali to come in and speak because he believed, I guess according to a quote, or that he was quoted to have said that she was Islamophobic. Now that is, if that is true, that's not a very nice thing to say. But there are some, I think, allegations. There are no good guys in this, but there are no good guys in this whole situation. So I'm not taking any one particular person's side at all, but as always. But what I can add to this situation is, number one, the article seemed to allege that there was some tie, at least in sympathy, between the Muslim Brotherhood and Mustafa Ali. Now, I would suggest that that's not the case, because Mustafa Ali is more pro-Shia. And if people understand anything about Islam, which they don't, the Shia and the Muslim Brotherhood are not friends at all. In fact, they hate each other more than the Muslim Brotherhood hates the president of Egypt that it assassinated in 1980, Anwar Sadat, who made peace with Israel. In fact, they hate the Shia more than they hate Israel, pretty much. All right, so that's the first thing. So to think that there is somehow an Islamic, quote-unquote, Islamic alliance against, you know, Trump supporters or against McMaster or against Israel is completely and utterly false. There is no such thing as Islam. The only people who talk like that are people who don't know anything about Islam. That's like saying Christianity is at war with us. Well, no, I'm sorry. You've got the Syriac Orthodox who hate the Syriac Catholics, who don't talk to the Pope without going through intercession of their own patriarch. People don't know shit about it. So we just have to help clarify that situation. Now, let us continue. McMaster refusing, I guess at this point, to want to, I guess, assist Israel in fighting Hezbollah. Keep in mind, I know that, you know, the Cernovich, and I have nothing against Cernovich at all. If anyone's heard my last, I have nothing against him. I don't agree with him, but I have nothing against him as a person at all. In fact, I actually have a lot of respect for his intellect. So even though I agree with almost nothing he says, that's completely fine. I respect absolutely his right to speak, and I have no malice to him at all. I think he's great for his supporters. I think he's very articulate, he's very intelligent, he's very reasonable. Anyway, so moving on. McMaster apparently not wanting to go with Israel in its, I guess, uniform march against Hezbollah is not something that Trump supporters need to be too concerned about from one perspective, which is this. Hezbollah, okay, have a guess, to anyone listening, who the Christians in the Middle East believe is protecting them the most. Have a guess who, right, in the Near East. There is one group that is believed by the Christians of the Middle East. No, the opposite. The opposite. Hezbollah is seen by the Christians of Lebanon, exactly, and Syria to be their protector. Now, that is their truth, okay? And for many reasons, that is quite plausible, based upon many other analyses I've provided you guys. Now, based upon that, Trump supporters, I guess, need to keep in mind that Hezbollah is protecting the very Christians that Trump said to his supporters he would protect. So if he is being quiet on this issue with McMaster, it might not necessarily be because McMaster's bad. It might be because Trump is aware that Hezbollah is protecting Christians. And until he can wean Christians away from Hezbollah and find something else that can protect them, he is perhaps possibly not going to go against them in the way Israel wants to do. Now, if Israel got rid of Hezbollah, ISIS would invade Lebanon, the only Christian country left in the Middle East. Is that what people want? Of course I don't. It's my country. So of course I don't want that to happen. And that's it. I wanted to provide some extra information on that. And that's all I have. If anyone has any questions, let me know. Yeah, that's about it. So at the same time, this is not a defense of Hezbollah at all, right? So Hezbollah have done atrocious things in its supposed defense of Lebanon against Israel. But as Captain Deltron has precisely said, it is complex. There is no good guy and there is no bad guy. They all have their own agenda and they're willing to do what it takes to get there. Question is, do we understand it or do we not? So my message to Trump supporters is keep in mind that Hezbollah is protecting Christians in the Near East, while simultaneously being evil scumbags. Yeah, I think go home. Everyone go home. Anyway, all right, guys, that's about it. All the best. Until next time. Love you all.